Right guys, now for number 9, we've got the following equation. It says that the curve is equal to y is equal to x to the negative 2 over 3. Okay, and the curve only has one stationary point. Find the exact coordinates of the stationary point. So, how do we do this? Well, dy by dx is equal to what? Well, remember what we've got here. We've got a product. So as a result, we're going to have to use the product rule. And so if we do that, we get negative 2 over 3 x to the power of negative 2 over 3 minus 1 ln x plus x to negative 2 over 3 times 1 over x. Therefore, negative 2 over 3x, negative 5 over 3 ln x, plus x to the negative 5 over 3. Okay? Now, we can say dy by dx equals 0. Right? And if dy by dx equals 0, therefore, negative 2 over 3 x to the negative 5 over 3 ln x plus x to the negative 5 over 3 is going to equal 0. Okay? Which means what? So, from here, it's just a case of solving the equation. We can say that, let's see what we got here. Yeah. So if we take out x to the negative 5 over 3, okay, we got negative 2 over 3 ln x plus 1 equaling 0. Right? So we can say that here negative 2 over 3 ln x plus 1 equals 0, which means that ln x is going to equal 3 over 2, which means that x is going to equal e to 3 over 2. Right? And obviously, we can't have this equaling 0 either. Right? So that's why we're sticking to this. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to plug in x. So x is equal to e to the 3 over 2. If we plug that into y, so therefore y is going to equal e to the 3 over 2 to negative 2 over 3 ln e to the 3 over 2, which equals 3 over 2e. Alright? So therefore, to summarize there, the stationary point is going to equal e to the power 3 over 2 over 3 over 2e. Okay? And that's going to be your final answer to that question. Alright guys, now for number B, it says that show that the integral of y dx between 1 and 8 is equal to 18 ln 2 minus 9. So, to go about doing this, we're going to say this, okay? Y firstly is equal to x to negative 2 over 3 ln x, okay? So let's write that down. So y is equal to x to the negative 2 over 3 ln x, okay? Cool. So therefore what we're really showing is that this is equal to 18 ln 2 minus 9. So if we write our integral here, we got x to the negative 2 over 3 ln x dx. Okay. Now, I can say that u is going to equal ln x, right? And I remember this from our acronym LIAT, okay? In terms of choosing u when doing integration by parts, okay? The L, standing for logarithms, is at the top, so obviously that's going to be the most important thing here to pick, right? So we're going to pick that as u. So u is equal to ln x, okay, which means that du by dx is equal to 1 over x. Okay, so therefore du is equal to 1 over x dx. Okay, cool. Now, for the next part, we're going to say, well, dv, okay, dv by dx is going to equal x to the negative 2 over 3, which means that dv is going to equal x to the minus 2 over 3 dx. Okay, brilliant. Which implies what? That v, therefore, is going to equal x to a third over 1 over 3, which equals 3x to the power of 1 over 3. Okay, perfect. So, we've got that bit now. Okay. And so what can we say? Well, we're going to put it all together, because remember, we've got uv, I think we write this, uv minus the integral v du. Okay. So if we rewrite this, what we've got is ln x three x to a third ln x minus the integral of 3x to the third, okay, times v du 1 over x dx. Okay, so from here we can say that we get 3x to a third ln x minus 3 x to the negative 2 over 3 dx. Okay, and so from here we can say, well, x to the power of a third ln x minus, let me see here, minus 3, okay, and then add that, so we have plus 1 at the top, divided by 3, right, so we're going to get 3 x to a third here, okay, and sorry, divide by a third before, and say that, okay, so then expand that out, 3x to a third ln x minus 9 x to a third plus c. Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. We got the integral. So therefore, for our bounds, Okay, for our bounds here, we're going to say that between 1 and 8 of x to the minus 2 over 3 ln x dx, we get what? We're going to integrate 3x to a third ln x minus 9x to a third between 8 and 1. Okay, we plug in our values. We get 3 times 8 to a third, then 8 minus 9, 8 to a third. Okay, that's the first bit. I'm going to minus 3 ln 1 minus 9. Okay, so obviously this is all going to drop now. So 8 to a third, well, we can take that over. 8 to a third ln 8. Well, actually, yeah, we could turn that into 6. Okay, so we got 6 ln 8 minus 18. Okay, now ln 1 obviously equals 0, so we're going to plus 9. So therefore we get 6 ln 8 minus 9. Okay, so this is where things are getting interesting now. We've got 6 ln 8 minus 9. We need to get to this form, 18 ln 2 minus 9. So what I can say is to get to that, we got 6 ln 2 to the power 3 minus 9, and we can bring this 3 over. Okay, 18 ln 2 minus 9, and that's going to be your final answer there. So really, this is a pretty standard question. It's not too difficult. The integration is pretty standard. You just need to recognize that u is going to be the ln function, and then over here, this is another thing to watch out for, is ln 8. You need to transform that into 2 over 3, and then bring the 3 down. Okay, in order to get the final form that they want.